What is up, guys? Been a hell of a long time since I went live here on my StreamYard. I don't even know how to, so yeah, this is gonna be live. Been a hell of a long time since I've been live on a Monday. However, there's some little buzz in the community in the Black Room investing community about Grail crypto. I thought I'd come on and address it a little bit. And we just had some Watcher Guru news on ARK Invest and their Bitcoin ETF having exposure on the DTCC site. If you guys don't know about the DTCC site, we'll get into that. But first, before we get started, cue my guy Indigo Saint and let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black Who Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black who invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on our black who invested. Best believe I was black who invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black who invested. Best believe I was black who invested.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Black Roo in the house. Again, we're going to go over what is Grail crypto, but we just had some exciting news about ARK Invest and their Bitcoin ETF. Hope everybody's doing well. I don't usually go live on a Monday, but hey, bro, I'm here. What is up, Stacking Satoshis? What is up, my Crypto Space UK? What is going on, people? So let me go ahead and share the screen, get into it. We're also live on Rokfin. If you guys are not aware about Rokfin, Rokfin is another streaming site. It's kind of like a Rumble-esque where you can say anything you want on there. I was doing conspiracy shows on there, but don't really have time for that because bro dude has a day job, you know. But let's go ahead and share the screen. Share audio, even though I don't think we'll do that, but hey, let's go. Okay, so Camelot. So I saw a lot of stuff going on in our chat, the Black Room Investing chat. If you're not joined, feel free to join. It's completely free. We got people in there talking about airdrops, talking about anime, talking about conspiracy, talking about airdrops and testnet, and just like general crypto chat. Completely free. Feel free. The links are in the description. And we were talking about Camelot token. There was a lot of talk about Camelot token. Okay, so some things that I like, by the way, and the let's say the research isn't complete here, but we're gonna just kind of go off the cuff here. I like that the market cap is kind of low here in 21 million. Okay, 21 million is very, very low for a market cap there. And the total supply is 73.5K. Okay, specifically 73.5K and 6 Grail. Okay, is their total supply. So if all this market cap was gone and if every coin was bought, we'd have a fully diluted market cap of 95.75 million. Okay, so I do like that the market cap is small. I like that the total supply is small. Okay, I like those things right off the bat. But then if we do a little deeper research and we go into the Arbitrum chain on DeFi Llama, we can see that in its own chain, it has to deal with GMX. Okay, and GMX is a big dog in 38 million total value locked. Camelot's down here, below Radiant, below Balancer, below Uniswap, and below Aave at 111 million locked. Okay, so even on its own DEX, it only accounts for like a fifth of the value there. So that's something there to be aware of as well. But if we come and look at total market cap, so what if its market cap was as big as GMXC's? Um, so let's do that right quick, okay? And then I want us to kind of look at something that might be a little telling. You know how I like to look at precedent on here, right? Um, GMX, okay. Okay, so if its market cap matched GMX's market cap, which they say is 414 million. We just looked at Coin market cap. They say it's 538 million, but whatever. Close enough, I guess. But okay, if it was that market cap, we could expect Grail to look like 25.6K. All right. So I sit and I think about that. Is this a realistic market cap? Now, this is the test that I did for myself. Is that a realistic market cap? The thing I went to go look at is okay, what would be a good precedent? Okay. Because we know once the bull market happens, revenue in these chains is just going to go bananas, right? So right now in Arbitrum, we got so right now in Arbitrum, we got about 2.27 billion. Okay. And how much do we have in DeFi total? I'm going to go back here and see how much we got in the DeFi total. It's not showing me. I guess I got to go to overview for that maybe. So last I checked, it was something like 50. Okay, there we go. 50 million, 50 million. Okay. Or 50 billion, excuse me, 50 billion. So last bull run, we got all the way up to like 180 billion locked. Okay. So we're about a third of the way there. And I think we're going to get even higher than last bull market because we got these ETFs entering the fray. And I think even more institutional money is going to come through. Okay. Come in. Okay. So going back to chains. So one chain I wanted to look at is Phantom. So here's one thing to kind of keep in mind. This is kind of like a game of hot potato, almost really like a musical chairs. Like the money goes in, everything's up, and everything's great, and then the money goes out. Okay, so no better way to look at that than Phantom, which was one of the biggest, like it was top 6, at least top 10 last bull market. Okay, and let's bring it up because we're gonna see here. So it went from almost like 13 million all the way to over 6 or 7 billion locked. Okay. Um, all the way down to where it is right now, which is 77 million locked. Okay. So we really want to kind of get things out around this point if we can come close to it, right? The $7 to $5 billion range, even though we think, of course, Arbitrum will probably be more money than this because it's already at 2 billion. But just to use this as an example, so Spooky Swap was by far kind of like GMX is Arbitrum's right now. So Spooky went from like basically nothing, like small amount, like 20 millions or so, all the way up to 1.5 4 billion. And I think we can look at Spirit Swap. I think this was like its secondary swap back in the day. So if we look at Spirit Swap, that'll give us a kind of a good idea about maybe where. Okay, so 300 to 350 million. That's not too far off from this, right? But the problem we're going to have is how much of that value will go into Grail, right? Because even right now, um, Camelot has 111 million value in it, but only 21 million of that is in GMX right now. So that's the problem we're going to have. And the other problem we're going to have is with it being so high of a coin value, will people look at it as something they want to buy? Will they be incentivized enough to buy it? So those are some of the things, some of the negatives we have going. Let me see who we got in the house before we keep going here. GMX will blow up next year with more TVL. What's up, HBCU maker? Yeah, I feel that way too. We were talking about it in the chat here. Arthur Hayes is really big on GMX. GMX. I keep thinking DMX, y'all. Like, in my head, it's like DMX. Woo! In my head, bro. But yeah, GMX probably gonna do very, very well. Definitely gonna have some of that, bro. But looking at Camelot, and maybe I don't know, maybe some of their guys might want to come on here. I think the problem they might have is that people will look at, oh, this is $1,300. I don't know if I want to buy it, but I think smart people will look at it and see, okay, it's a low market cap. It could probably, they could probably get a lot more value going into Camelot. So I think people will buy it. But am I trading in my quant for this? I don't know, bro. I don't think I'm doing that. So you have to really look at your portfolio and say, okay, with this already playing kind of second fiddle to GMX, do I really want to own it? And I really do think that 300 million or more for Camelot is something that we could see in its chain, in its decks, right? But how much of that money is going to go into that coin specifically, right? I swear I just clicked on Arbitrum. I don't know why I didn't go to it. So how much is going to go specifically into that coin? Because only a fifth of it is going in there so far. So I have to do more research, see how they're going to incentivize the coin. Something that I would like them to do, I don't know if there's any talks about this, is to, like, since it's so high of a price, maybe break this into, like, I know like Bitcoin does sats, right? What if they did like Gwins or something like that? So you got these Gwyn tokens, like you got a millionth of a Grail, right? It'd be cool if they did something like that. If they broke it down into Gwins and they gave you like a certain stake percentage based off of how many Gwins you hold. Like, I think that would be kind of neat, without them trying to do a token conversion, which always gets messy. People will always kind of lose, other than like, investors or people who are already invested in the coin. Usually you lose for token conversions. So I wouldn't recommend them to do that. Hopefully they could do something like make it divisible by like 1 million or whatever, like with Bitcoin and sats, and just have Gwins and give people a certain staking percentage for those Gwins, right? So yeah, having Camelot get to like 500 to 300 million in a bull market is definitely possible. We just saw that example with Spooky Swap. But like once this gets to $10,000, right? Like say it gets to $10,000, which is what, a 5x from here. Who's buying that? So that's why I'm thinking they're gonna have to do something like Gwen's or something like that to make it still incentivized to be bought, right? Um, yeah. So wondering what you guys are thinking out there about it. What's up, Kid Graybo? What's up, Nerd Up Pink Marv? What is up, Stan? How did ICP blast off? Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Okay, so let's get into Stan's question. Uh, we've been talking about Bitcoin layer twos for a while on here, and a lot of Bitcoin layer twos had a really nice time. Shout out to the Patreon. We've told you about a ton of Bitcoin layer twos that have had a nice time, right? Stacks, ICP, right? Mubi, which Mubi, oh, we had such a great time with Mubi, right? On here. Um, so yeah, so Internet Computer is close to having their, like, I think they call it chain key, their chain key for Ethereum going. So if they get their chain key for Ethereum going, using ICP will be like using both the Ethereum and the Bitcoin network as if they're native. So that's huge stuff, right? Huge stuff. Okay. So that's why they're kind of blowing up. And within all the kind of gaming hype, right? Bitcoin layer twos have been just skyrocketing. So let me give you a couple that I've gave to the Patreons, to the patrons. Shout out to the patrons. We talked about it many times. Mubi, right? Gave it to the patrons at like 2.5 cents. It's all the way up to like 30 or more right now, and still going, right? One that For Your Soul Nance gave us a couple days ago was Mint Layer. All these Bitcoin layer twos are just going bananas. Mint Layer. So tripled within the last month. Go back further. Yeah. So go back further. Yeah. Even more than that. Right. Mubi's following the same path. And to be honest with you, if this is the correct market cap, it's even Mubi's doing even better than it, because this market cap is only 25.84 million, whereas Mubi's is like 250 million or something like that. Stacks. Consequently, on Stacks, it's leading Dex. Alex went from 2 cents all the way up to 30 something, 33 cents. Stacks went from like 30 cents all the way to where it's at right now, which makes sense, right? If if BlackRock and ARK Invest and all of these things are going to be on Bitcoin, right? We're going to have Bitcoin ETFs, then the value of Bitcoin is going to be even more. So layer twos building on top of Bitcoin will be just like layer twos building on top of ETH. Alex Labs, we were talking about this at 2 cents. I didn't get as much of this as I wanted to, but it's still going, and you can buy certain Bitcoin ordinals on Alex's platform. So there's some reduced fees there by using Alex instead of trying to get it using Unisat. There's another one I gave to the patrons. So this is it's like a dual coin system. This one's yet to kind of pop off the way it should yet, but it will. Interlay. So they don't have the Bitcoin to ERC20 bridge like Mubi already has, but it's looking to get that. Very small market cap, 2 million right now. So this is one of the ones I have on my watch. Kraken, Gate.io, MXC. So you can use Kraken here in the US to get it. And it's a 2-coin system. Their other coin, their testnet, is called Kitsugi. Gave this to the patrons. It's up, or it was up at least 2x. It's come back a little bit now. Okay, yeah, it's up 2x now. So patrons got this when it was at like 50 cents. As you can see, it's still going. Oh, it had itself a little day. But yeah, patrons got this at like 50 cents. As you can see right here. So darn, you're up 3x. Shout out to the patrons, right? But still, look at the market cap. Still very, very small market cap. Get this one on Kraken as well. But yeah, Bitcoin layer 2s have been having themselves a day. Keep your eye on Archie Finance as well. This project has been connected to GMX, and A Hayes has mentioned it on X. Very great information from HBCU Maker there. Thank you, HBCU Maker. Just the facts. There would have to be a large institutional push to soar Grail retail put. Right. Right. And it's just community driven, which there's nothing wrong with just being community driven. But if you're at a point in your portfolio, and some people, like, I'm not pocket watching. I don't know what people have in their portfolio, how much money they can spend on their portfolio, what they have. But if you're a person that just, looking where you can spend $1,000 and you're looking at Grail, I don't know, man. Like, I'd rather be like, okay, Quant, H-bar, and XRP for the win. You know what I mean? I'd rather you look at ISOs, even though this might jump off before ISOs, right? Because ISOs is a more long-term vision. But I don't know. You can still, if you just want to have a piece of it, you could still say, okay, if I'm a person that only has $1,000 to invest, maybe only 20%, goes into Camelot. Only $200 goes into that, right? Because it is listed a few different places. Uniswap, KuCoin, and low key. Sometimes you can only get the good stuff on Uniswap, and you have to break down and but here you go. MEXC, excuse me. Trader Joe, you can get it on a decentralized platform, so you can get it with your MetaMask going through Trader Joe. So you got a couple options for Camelot if you really want to get it. Again, I I really don't doubt that money can flow into it because a lot of money flows into these DeFi projects during a bull run. Um, it's just, can I ask someone that only has $1,000 or only has like $1,400 to go just put all his eggs in this basket? That'd be hard stretched. I'd rather spread it out. So like, okay, if you really, really like Camelot, only spend like, a portion of your, it's not financial advice. Okay. I don't want to be anyone's financial advisor. Only put like, if it was me, if I only had 1,400 to spend, I would only put a portion in Camelot and the rest in like things like render, things like, quant, things like HBAR, right? Because what's going to happen, which always happens, is like I showed you guys. Let's go back to something. Let's go to a big DeFi project, right? Something like Sushi Swap. Like money flows in there, and then when it's bear market, money flows right back out again. So, and in a sense, it's like that with every crypto, but with these DeFi projects, it's even more like that. Okay, let's take something like Pancake Swap, right? See, during a bull market, you got like 6 billion in there, lost over like a fifth, so 6 billion to like 1.3, so it lost 5/6 of its value. Man, like, and this is Pancake Swap. You know what I mean? Like, let alone something like Camelot. You know what I mean? Pancake Swap is probably the number one DEX for Binance Smart Chain, right? Camelot's going to be the number 2, or actually like number 5 behind. For sure, it's behind GMX, right? For sure, it's behind GMX, but then behind Uniswap, behind Aave, behind Radiant, behind Balancer, and then you have Camelot, right? So, if you're in a point in your portfolio where you can say, okay, I got my HBAR, I got my render, I got my staples. Okay, then maybe I can afford to just go over there and buy one Camelot. But if you're limited in your portfolio, I'm not sure you put all your eggs in this basket. But I'll continue to do some research on it. And hell, maybe I'll just post this and see what the Camelot guys say. Maybe the Camelot guys are willing to come on the show, let us know what's going on with them and their decks, right? It's good publicity for them. And I wonder what they think about that whole Gwen's idea that I had, where they can kind of break this token into small little parts. And that way, maybe they can get some more liquidity. Because quiet as it's kept, look at what happened with Beam, right? Beam. First of all, you got people like Alex Becker pushing Beam. And we got into it before we knew he was pushing it, by the way. But again, we say it with those gaming tokens. If people are going to push it, hey, we can get into it, right? We can get into it and just know that that's what it is. But Beam is converted Merit Circle. And again, we've been over the connections. The Merit Circle has connections to DCG, one of the biggest, one of the biggest players in the crypto industry. Merit Circle migrated over to Beam, right? So they went from this $2 coin, which had all this market cap in it, which shows you people don't necessarily pay attention to market cap. And went from this $2 coin to this 2-cent coin. And that way people were like, oh, it's kind of cheap. And it has all of this different, all these different people behind it. So it migrated from that big old $2 mark to something that's 2 cents. So people were more willing to put more money into it because they're like, oh, okay, I'll buy 2 cents, right? I'm about buying 2 cents. So here they go from like a half a billion in market cap all the way to almost billion in market cap, right? So as much as I like this huge price from Grail, I think it could be a hindrance too. Unless they can do something like I was just talking about, like creating some Gwyn tokens or something like that, and saying, okay, if you own one Grail, you got like 1,000,000 Gwens, and if you got like 500,000 Gwen, we'll give you this staking percentage. If you got 100,000 Gwen, we'll give you that staking percentage, something like that, where they can keep the coin where it is and not do a token conversion, but do something to incentivize people for buying not a full Grail. Can't see max supply and circulation. Okay, let's just double check that that's all right. Let's go to CoinGecko. CoinGecko. Let me see if Rokfin's going okay. It is. I really need to do more conspiracy shows, bro, but I swear to God, I don't have enough time. I haven't done a conspiracy show in like 6 months or more, bro. Okay, CoinGecko. Okay, so let's go to Grail. Make sure all of that stuff is correct. So you guys, I know you guys in the chat or in the Telegram you seem to be pretty big on Grail. If you guys can give me some more resources to look at when in reference to Grail. Okay, max supply is actually 100K. Okay, 100K coins, which is quite a little bit of a difference from what we've seen here. Okay, it gave us total supply, not max supply. So good thing we came over here. So max supply is actually 100K. Circulating supply is 16K, like 16K, right, and change. So part of that is also a reason why we got a really huge price right now for such a low amount of market cap. Yeah, man. They gotta. I have to see more on this before I'm telling someone that may have limited funds to just go all out for one. I think I would not do that. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. There's circulating supply still in the, not all the total supply is released. So that's something there. Yeah, even though again, I believe that more money is total supply not being fully released. That's a little, it's like, gotta watch that. So, I mean, if I was somebody who just had to have this, I would say I would, and my funds were limited, I would only advocate a certain percentage to it, not financial advice. But yeah, we'll be doing more looking at Camelot as things go here. And I just wanted to pop one right quick because people in the chat were really interested in this in our Telegram. And, seems like it's had a little pump recently and it is pulled back from that pump. So, if you did want to put a certain little piece in towards it, now might be a good little time because it has pulled back from the almost $2,000 range down to under 13. But going to go sell your quant for this, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, let me see if we got any more questions. Okay, we hit them all. Yeah, thank all of you guys for coming out. My Crypto Space UK, stacking Satoshis, HBCU makers, Stan, Nerd Up Inc., Marv, Kid Graybo, and Shook Focus. I say HBCU maker, HBCU maker. I'm gonna say you again if I didn't say you. Especially on a day that I don't normally live stream. It's cool to get a people out, even though I don't normally live stream on this day. So cool, guys. Catch me on my normally scheduled programming. I probably won't come on tomorrow, even though I say that I have Tuesday shows. Probably catch me on Wednesday on the Gentleman of Crypto and on my channel at around 6-ish. Be sure to catch all the crew over there at Gentleman of Crypto, Trek with 2Ks, Simon Family Investments, Crypto and Down, and of course King and Zay doing the news in the mornings. Thanks so much for coming out, guys. Have a good one, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.